My background is in financial services, and data informs everything that you're doing in financial services. It's really one of the major drivers. You have data coming from all over your organization. There's so much data flowing through a financial institution, and it's really the core driver of your organizational processes and how they grow. But financial services are really in an interesting position right now because it used to be taken for granted that you would retain your deposits, right? When I was growing up in financial services, you expected to keep deposits that you earned. And now we've seen what happened with Silicon Valley Bank and others. We're in an environment now where it's much easier for customers and consumers to transfer their deposits away, to move to other financial institutions. They can do it digitally. They can do it with their phone. Those are exit barriers that have been trimmed down significantly over the last decade. You have to understand your client experience. You have to understand how they feel. You have to communicate transparently with them about the strengths of your bank, how you've mitigated risk. You have to be really honest about the risk environment that you exist in. I wouldn't want to be a chief risk officer for a bank right now because they've got to now consider this whole additional risk that was never really a concern before. But the most important thing is really understanding your customers and what they're looking for. We live in very interesting times, higher mortgage rates than we've seen in my adult life. We've got higher inflation, so people have less spending power, and we have inflated real estate prices. And now we have this environment where there's kind of been some events that have shaken confidence in banking. Small financial institutions especially, but really many financial institutions struggle with data silos. And so one of the things that they have is it's very common for financial institutions that keep both mortgages, real estate-backed loans, and deposit accounts, checking accounts, savings, CDs, to have a mortgage servicing system and also a core banking platform. Two different systems that operate in this, right? And there are many situations where financial institutions, customer might walk into a branch and either they're going to struggle to recognize that a customer has both a deposit account and a mortgage with them, or your teller or banker is going to be bouncing around between multiple systems to try to answer client questions. In addition to that, financial institutions often struggle with added complexity in the relationship manner from their customers. So a good example of that is you might have a husband and wife who have a checking account together, but then only the husband has a car loan, only his name is on the car loan, and maybe only the wife is on the mortgage. Well, as a family unit, they have a checking account, an auto loan, and a mortgage. But if you're looking at either of the individuals, you're missing a piece of that picture. There can be added complexity there when you add in a business. Maybe the wife is a signer on one of your commercial accounts, and she also has a commercial relationship with the financial institution. But if you're not pulling in whatever the commercial system is and information about that, you're going to struggle to identify that as well. And so there are these complex relationships with your customers that if you don't do a good job of connecting the different systems and breaking down those silos, you're really going to struggle to understand the full breadth of the relationship that you have with your customers. And if you miss pieces, not only do you miss opportunities to potentially cross-sell additional products and services, but you just don't look that smart, right? Like if you talk to a customer about refinancing their auto loan with you, but they already have an auto loan with their wife with you, you look like you don't know what's going on. And that's not the type of confidence you want to instill in your customers, especially in the current environment that we're in. There's a financial institution out there that wants to talk to us about how they can break down their data silos and really get a better understanding of their customers and just their overall data environment. It's simple, just reach out, we'll set up a meeting. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do a lot of discovery, ask a lot of questions, get a feel for what your tech stack is, what your different department breakdown is, kind of what your portfolio looks like, what size are you as an institution, assets under management. We're really going to try a feel for your organization at a high level, and then we're going to start diving a little bit deeper, right? Like, what do your commercial operations look like? Do you focus in specific areas like energy, healthcare, commercial real estate? What do your consumer operations look like? What's your mortgage operations look like? What do your deposit operations look like? We just want to understand your business because it's important to be able to get you into the right solution. We have to be able to understand your business, how you operate, what you do. So we're going to really just do a lot of discovery on how you operate. And then we're going to identify, like, what are your goals? Do you want to grow your market share or your wallet share in specific areas? Do you want to attract more deposits? Do you want to increase a specific piece of your loan portfolio, right? Like, what are your organizational goals? And then we're going to help you diagnose and fit solutions to your goals that are actually going to help you tie those disparate systems together in a way that's going to legitimately drive value for your organization.